Hey, like fans, how's everybody doing? Minnesota lost tonight, 6-2. I was kind of disappointed. I would have liked to see them make it past Vegas. I think it was quite an accomplishment that they pushed it to a game seven after being down 3-1. But Vegas played a good game. I mean, Yanmark with a hat trick, Pacioretty back in the lineup, obviously a force. He had a goal. Fleury, he showed up, played a great game. I think Talbot would like a couple of his goals back. Um, but yeah, the year's over for Minnesota, and it's unfortunate. I am a Minnesota fan. I like Minnesota, and I was, did that factor into my decision making? Maybe a little bit, but yeah, they had a chance to win this game seven, but they didn't. So they're eliminated. Vegas moves on to play Colorado. So we know what's going to happen there, but we'll talk about that later. Saturday, day 15 of the NHL playoffs. We got two games. We got Toronto and Montreal. Montreal is going to have Price in net. Toronto's going to have Campbell in net in the Scotia North matchup. The Canadians kept it alive by winning game 5, 4-3 in overtime. Montreal was up 3-1 going into the third period, and that's when the Leafs rallied back. And Jake Muzzin, he scored a couple to tie it up, and then it went into overtime. But 59 seconds into overtime, Suzuki, he scored the winner, and they won that game, pushing it to this game 6. Nylander, he had his little goal streak halted in that game 5. And Montreal played a good game on Thursday in Toronto. Shots for the game were 35-30 in favor of the Leafs. The Canadians out-hit the Leafs 44-38. They only each had one penalty per team. Neither one capitalized on that. But it was a good game for Montreal, and now they're going back home. And I think it's going to be the first game for Canada to have fans back in the stands. So I think that's another plus for Montreal. And the way they've been fighting, I don't know, I made a post, a comment on the board earlier saying I think Toronto money line's a play. And I don't know if it is after the research I've done here tonight. I looked at every game, and you know, when you get to this level of, and you get to these playoffs, hits add up. And if you look at this is how all in every single game in favor of Montreal: 55-27, 44-36, 37-28. Next is a big one, 40-16, and then the last one, the Leafs tried to be a little more physical. It was 44-38, still in favor of Montreal. Those hits are going to add up, and I think the momentum shifted a little bit, maybe, especially with them winning in overtime. Now back in Montreal with fans up there, I could see them getting another win. I don't know if they're going to win the series. I'll watch this game 6 and I'll kind of think about it. I mean, that would be a monster upset. I mean, everyone expected Toronto to sweep here, but you know, Montreal's got pieces back in their lineup too. Price is back in net. He's playing well. Gallagher's back in the lineup. There's a few guys back in the lineup, and that make a difference. I'm gonna go Montreal. I am. I'm not gonna play Montreal on the money line, but I am gonna put them in a parlay, and I'll go puck line plus 1.5. I think they'll keep it a game, worst case scenario, and I think they might even pull off a win. That's my pick for game 6 between Toronto and Montreal. And now we've got a game 1, the Mass Mutual East Division. We got the Islanders and Boston. Boston in their postseason play, they're 4-1. Tuukka Rask is listed to be in net. The Islanders are 4-2. Sorokin to be listed to be in net for the Islanders. Teams 1 and 2 have been eliminated, leaving these two teams to determine the winner of this Mass Mutual East Division. Both teams coming off pretty strong performances. The Islanders won their last 3 games against Pittsburgh to get to where they are right now and eliminate Pittsburgh. They doubled Pittsburgh up in scoring in those 3 games, 12-6. Boston, they won their last 4 games against Washington. 4 straight to get to where they are. And they also outscored Washington, doubled them up 14-7 in the course of those 4 games. The Islanders, they have a better record against Boston. If we look at regular season, 5 wins, 3 losses. Last time they met was in 1983. The Islanders won that series. The only other time they met before that was 1980 when the Islanders also won that series. Both those years, the Islanders won the Stanley Cup when they faced Boston. And an interesting little fact that I read, which kind of made me laugh, but Game 2 in the 1980 series, in the first period of that game, combined, these teams had 248 penalty minutes, which is still a record today. Sorokin's listed to be a net for the Islanders. I mean, he didn't see much of Boston in the regular season, whereas Varlamov has a strong record, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a goalie change, but if Sorokin's a net, I'm totally happy with that. On the other end of the ice, you've got Tuukka Rask. I mean, he's got lots of postseason play experience, and you know he's going to be ready. You know, there's lots of storylines that are kind of leaning on the fact how Boston finished off the regular season and won 3 games against this New York Islanders team. And there's not as much talk about the first 5 games that the Islanders won. And, you know, if we look at Boston and how they played Washington, that Boston team's a team that we saw at the end of the regular season. But if you look at this Islanders team, you can't say that the Islanders that we saw play against Pittsburgh here to eliminate Pittsburgh, the number 1 team in the division, the number 1 seed in that division anyway. That's not the same Islanders team we saw finish off the regular season. They were resting lots of players, healthy scratches, and they were getting ready for postseason play. And they did that. I think they did a good job, obviously, by eliminating Pittsburgh and winning 3 in a row against that team. Not an easy thing to do. Now they're going against Boston, and I think they're going to win. I think that they're going to win the game. I mean, every team knows how important it is to get a good start in a series, and if they can get a win or 2 in Boston before they go back to New York, they'll be in good shape. I like the Islanders here a lot. That's going to be my pick, a visiting team, a home team and a visiting team. I'm going to make the Islanders my best bet, see if I can improve that record and go 10-5. And for a parlay, like I said, I'm going to go Montreal puck line plus 1.5, pays 1.58. And I'm going to go New York money line, which I like the value there at 2.65. I know, everyone likes Boston here, but I like the Islanders, and I'm an Islanders fan. I'm going to go Islanders. I think they're going to win the game. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Good luck with all your picks. Stay safe. Hope everyone's enjoying this playoff hockey. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.